Here we go.
Live and raw, running and gunning with KG and the Ringmaster. It's the Diggin with KG and Ringy Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show. Coming to you from the prestigious ATC studios in beautiful downtown Burbank, California, where we talk about treasure hunting, metal detecting, and just about everything else. Except for goat roping, corn dogs, llama farms, and unicycles. That's where we draw the line. So without further ado, here are your beloved international superstar television hosts, King George and Ringmaster Tim.
You ready for this, Cage?
Hey, buddy, it's been a while, but I'm ready.
All right. I'm just going to rock out to the music for a second.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how to do these again. What do we do again? Just talk a little bit about ourselves?
Yeah, we just kind of talk about ourselves and stuff, and, you know.
Awesome.
So,
we're good at that.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to get you out of there, so hold on a second.
Get me out of that outhouse there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way. There's got to be a way. Oh, there we go. How about this? There you are.
There we go. Yeah. In there taking a poop.
Well, that's the way to start out the podcast.
Yeah, you
poop.
didn't show me that one.
Yeah, no, I didn't show you that one in the prep, the show prep. I wanted to save that one for you. So now I can put you in the outhouse whenever I want, you know. And if you're good, I can put you back in the portal or back in the oak tree, whatever anybody wants.
Keep me out of the portal. They have a tendency to implode.
That made me laugh last time on the podcast. You surprised me with it, and I started laughing. All right, let me see if I can pull this up so I can. There we go. Yeah, blow that outhouse door off with dynamite. Mark Hoover.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Another podcast from KG and Ringy. It's making out to be an epic one, right?
Yeah, this one's going to be good. Obviously, we just got back from England. I mean, it was just an epic trip. We did the Rodney Cook Memorial. We did Detectival, and we did a bunch of hunts with our old buddies. If you saw the show about, I think it was called Sax and Silver, the Jolly Pirate crew, we got together with them again. And I don't think we've seen them since before COVID. Or, I mean, at least not as a whole gang anyway. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Jolly Pirates. They said they would never hang out with us again, but they did. They hung out with us this year again, and they were all in love. I mean, they thought we were the greatest.
They did. They love us so much. I mean, I was surprised they didn't try to sneak into our cabin at night,
yeah. No, but we got to hang out with them for 3 or 4 days. They set some really awesome land up for us, and we crushed it.
Yeah,
Gary Smith was our personal tour guide. He drove the big giant van around. He was like the angry kindergarten bus driver.
Yeah, he was. He was awesome though. Gary Smith is, I don't even know where to begin with him. He's just an awesome dude, super knowledgeable. Yeah. All these pirate guys are super knowledgeable too. Here's most of the crew right here. I mean, Gary's on the far left there, John on the far right, and everybody in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really fun.
Group of guys, a great group of guys. We got to hang out at night. We barbecued and we hung out by a big giant fire. Had some brewskis and swapped lies. Yeah, there they are, flipping burgers.
Yep, yeah. There's a bunch more in here somewhere. We'll get to them eventually, but yeah, that's what we were doing. We were hanging out. Did a bunch of different hunts and stuff. So, yeah, it was good. And Detectival, here's us getting into town and that's at London Heathrow. And then
we tried to take a picture without you in it.
Yeah, and I got mad and I started to pout. Yeah. And this year Chig was with us.
Yeah, we even had Aqua Chigger with us.
Yep. We have. I can't remember the last trip.
Yeah, Miguel, his first trip to England.
Oh, and he crushed it.
Yeah. I think the last trip with the Chigs was Digstock, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think you're right, Cage.
Heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah.
I don't even know where to begin here, but I got to figure out how to get you back in the portal real quick, and then we'll move on from there.
Well, we can, while you're doing that, let's tell everybody the prize situation. What can they win today by watching our dummies? Our dumb butts.
Yeah. Well, we're giving away an Apex. Everybody knows that, right? We're giving away a Garrett multi-frequency Apex metal detector. It's one of the best machines on the market for the money. It's pretty darn incredible. We found a ton of stuff with it. It works great in saltwater conditions, everything. But we're going to give that baby away. And, hey, we got all kinds of stuff, actually. Ken's new book, you've heard about that, right? Beneath Our Feet. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I still haven't even got my copy yet.
You don't? Well, I have it for you here. I mean, I got a stack of them right here. But anyway, it's an awesome one. It's got all kinds of cool, different people in it. They're all featured. There's Digger Dawn right there that I just opened to. And it's just not necessarily their greatest finds, but just some really interesting, awesome finds in here. It's an awesome read. You can get it at Amazon.com. Ken, if there's anything you want us to say, log in, let us know. But we are going to give a copy of this away to some lucky winner tonight, too.
Awesome. Maybe I'll win one.
Yeah, maybe you'll get one after all.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of well-known metal detectors in that book, excluding you, Ringy.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're going to give this away. That's going to be the main grand prize. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of the book. That's going to be coming out. And you can order it online, Amazon.com, some other places too. But look at that. Ugly guy's in there too.
Oh, look at that handsome devil.
And then also we're going to be giving away, here's a shot. Graham was there at, was this Detectival or Rodney Cook? I can't remember.
Both. He was at both. That was at Rodney. No, that was at Detectival there. That one was Detectival right there. That picture was.
Oh, okay. Anyway, he's the guy that has all the awesome cleaning pencils that we've been sending out, and they sent us back with a whole bunch more. So cleaningpencil.com, if you're in the UK, wherever you are, you want to order some, go there and get them. They're pretty awesome. And
you can get them in the States too, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think it's Digger's Den or somewhere carries them here. So
we'll find out and let everybody know. But them are awesome. He is an awesome dude. Him and his son there, they were at both events. They always bring us out some cool stuff. I brought him and his wife and his boys a couple giant bags of U.S. jerky. So I'm his favorite digger now. Yeah,
check this out. 1807. This is the last king of America in England. And George III, he gave me the 2 coins in here, and it's in that picture you just saw on there. This is it right here. I'm very happy to come home with a present. People give us presents.
I think the last king of the United States, and he lost the U.S., and then he went senile. So that poor guy.
I didn't realize he went senile.
Yeah, you got to read what that thing says there.
Oh, I should just. All right, I'll read it.
No, you don't have to read it now, but if you want it, hey, it's pretty interesting to read. It's pretty interesting.
No, I will. Right? I will. I like history. I like history a lot. Yeah.
Give us some history.
Oh, you want me to read it? All right.
Yeah.
I'll read this real quick. George III was the first English-born monarch to rule Britain since Queen Anne. Both his predecessors having been born in Hanover, Germany, a fact which he was most proud of. George once said, "I glory in the name of Britain." Some of the great events which took place during his reign were the Industrial Revolution, the voyages of Captain Cook, and Nelson's famous victory at Trafalgar. Yet, sadly, George III is best remembered as the king who lost his sanity and America.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right.
I mean, no pun
That's
intended.
a coin, man. That is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. That is awesome. It's 2 coins, really, because one on the front, one on the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
So what were we talking about? I was going to say something and I forgot all about it. Anyway, we were talking about what we're giving away. The book and all the cleaning pencils. Graham sent a whole batch of them back. So we got the wax to preserve your coins and the little pencil things to get rid of all the dirt and make them super highlighted and awesome little relief.
Beautiful again. Yeah. And the Apex. I mean, that is an incredible machine. And I think the winner of that ought to send us their very first week's worth of fines.
Yeah. And then we can divvy it up. We'll put it in a pile on a table like we used to in the old days. And we'll flip a coin and one of us will get first choice and we'll go every other one
second choice
until all the treasure's gone. So,
or we can just give it away on the next podcast. Bunch of flip tops and screws.
Yeah, we could do that too. That's another good idea. You're the idea man.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to talk about first? Here, let me just look at the list here. I'm prepared. You know, I'm always prepared. We got to talk a lot about England because the Rodney Cook thing. A lot of people don't really know what the event is for, but Rodney Cook. This is the Rodney Cook Memorial is a genuine event that takes 100% of all of its earnings and it goes toward cancer research. So it's a pretty awesome event. And Gary Smith, an awesome dude that he is, he got together this little project and KG and I took part in it where he buried 15 different tokens and they were all worth 100 pounds a piece. And he sent KG and me into this little thing armed just with a pinpointer, and we had to go in there and try to find as many as we could. And every one we found was $100 toward cancer research. So there was a video out there before, and it ended up where we got a minute worth of bonus time, and I think you found the very last one, so we raised...
I think all we needed was like a minute and 9 seconds, and we found all 15 tokes and raised... Gary donated 1,500 pounds. So that's way more than $1,500 US.
It is.
That's probably about $700 US or more.
And it's really...
So kudos to Gary. And the Rodney Cook Memorial Hunt. I believe last year they raised $85,000 for cancer research, and I believe this year the tally's not in yet, but I think they're right at $100,000 for cancer research.
Wow.
Research. So that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. And here's Gary right here. In case you don't know him, he's the guy with the shiny teeth in the middle.'s an awesome dude.
Yeah.
And also, he has his company in the UK is called Lockdown Competitions, lockdowncomps.com or .uk or whatever it is. You can see it on there. But that site is really cool. So it doesn't work in the US. You can't participate in the US, but if you're in the UK or the participating countries and you want to join in, they give away some of the best prizes. I mean, high-end detectors, high-end gold coins and stuff, and gold bars and everything. And it's just basically you buy like raffle tickets and you see if you can win them. But
well, you gotta figure, Ringy, it's like 3 a.m. in the UK right now. So the chance of one person watching this that can actually go there and win something is probably not very good. Yeah,
but KG, think about all the reruns. This is going to stay online forever, and people are going to come back in the UK.
Very true.
Big time podcast followers.
Right.
They're going to watch it. They're going to see
I'll
lockdown
shut
comps. All right.
Okay.
All right, Cage. All right. Are we friends again?
We're friends.
Okay, good enough. Let me get you back in the oak tree. All right, there we go. All right. So anyway, that's Gary. We had a great time. Do you want to talk about all this awesome England stuff we did? I mean,
go through some of the
I'm just going to show you the pictures
because
we'll
talk
it's cool.
about it, man.
And we're still working on.
Yeah,
we're still working on all the videos. I mean, the amount of footage we got is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm still wading through it. I think I got one quick hitter out so far. It was about some weirdie I found, in case you haven't seen it, but we'll come to it. But I'm just going to start flipping through some of these pictures because it's kind of cool, some of the stuff we did. Hey, but right before I do that, I had one other idea here.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, I'll do that later. Anyway, okay, so I'm just going to start going through these babies because, here we are. You saw that. This is I can't remember if that's Detectival or Rodney Cook with this tent set up there. And man, did Henry kill it over there, didn't he?
Oh, Henry Tilley, he's like the international sales rep for Garrett. He crushed it on medieval hammered silver coins. I don't know what it was with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what got into him this trip. I mean, we've been hanging out with him for years, and, sometimes he'll hunt and sometimes he won't and all that. But, man, he hit it hard this time and, I mean, just destroyed it. It was awesome. Awesome to see that. And there we are.
Henry. Yeah, look at you're pointing at something like, no, the hit's over there.
Yeah,
over here.
Exactly. Steve-O out there. Steve did good as usual, put in like 5,000 miles and drank 16 gallons of water every day. Digger Dawn was out there.
Did good. She about wore herself out at the Rodney Cook hunt the first day. I think she put on about 10 miles and her feet were pretty sore.
That's right. But look, I mean, it rained for 2 months straight and was cold and just a horrible summer for all the school kids and everything. That's what Dawn was saying. And then the day we landed, it cleared up. And of course it was brutally hot, but we had not a drop of rain for like 10 days, I don't think. So, I mean, you can just see the landscape.
It was miserably hot.
It was.
For England, it was ridiculously hot. I left Kansas, it was 90. We went over there, and I think it was like 80, high 80s the whole week with humidity like 90.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely brutal. I couldn't wait to get home to the desert here. I'm only 30 miles from Mexico, and it's been ridiculously hot here, but it still felt better than that. There's Langston out there and Digger Dawn again. I mean, we had some cool places to hunt. I think I can't remember if that was Detectival or Rodney Cook, but it's just some cool areas. So if you haven't hunted England.
Picturesque.
Yeah. I mean, this is just such a cool thing. We got to hunt the field right next to this thing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I think that was Detectival.
Is that where we walked way over there and I found that giant coin, like that cartwheel coin?
Yes. Yeah. That is exactly where that was. It was just, it was beyond this big building. We went by it and the grass was real tall and then we went through it. And then, of course, we had the prize patrol going like we always do. We're driving the, 4x4 around. And we ran into this dude and he's got that giant Reaper coil on his apex. And look at that.
Oh, he had piles of stuff.
He just had some cool finds. I mean, like some medieval ring and just some awesome, cool finds. Hammered silver.
Yeah, he had didn't he have like a signet ring? And then he had like 2 hammered silvers and a Roman coin or 2.
Yeah, some Roman coins. Yeah. But he was tearing it up with that giant coil. I mean, he was covering some ground.
Yeah, when we were flying across the field in the buggy looking for Garrett users, we're blowing duck calls. That guy, he thought he was in all kinds of trouble until we got out and started giving him stuff. Yeah.
And there was that one weird dude, remember, we got out and he looked at us and like, do you want some free stuff? And he's like, no. And he just like walked away. No. Yeah, nah, didn't want anything. And
that's all right. He's probably having troubles at home and he was having a bad day.
Yeah, that was like the first guy at the prize patrol. And then after that, it was all uphill from there. It was awesome. But it shocked me because like if somebody offered me a bunch of free like gear, I'd be like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
There's my favorite English people. Next to most of the other ones. G.I. Jan was there. She's one of our favorite Garrett users. And man, she tore it up too, didn't she? She found a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, she always finds stuff. I think she found a Viking hoard one time.
Yeah.
Several years ago, a Viking hoard with her AT Pro.
Yeah.
She's in like all kinds of books and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's always good to see here.
Giant coin.
Look at that.
Look at that's a hammered medieval coin, but I kind of got robbed because it looks like it got chopped up with a plow. But I'll take whatever coin I can get over there.
Heck yeah. Any coin is awesome. I love digging these things.
What's that coin?
I don't know. It was just some big green coin. You know how you dig them up and you have no clue?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. There's Steve with a hammy. I don't know what this was, but it looks cool.
It's a keyhole. It's an old ancient keyhole, like medieval time keyhole.
I wonder if there was a medieval peeping Tom.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was medieval peeping Toms.
There had to be. There had to be medieval peeping Toms.
Yeah, peeking in windows and, wherever they could peep.
Yeah.
Peep.
I mean, where do you peep when you're a peeping Tom?
Peek.
No, peep. P-E-E-P. Like
peep. Yeah,
peep into the keyhole, right?
Right. I think that and windows and maybe cars are weirdos hiding in the bushes at Lover's Lane. Yeah. Weird peeping Toms. But
I'm just trying to think in medieval times, like I guess there was glass back then for sure. So
the Romans had glass.
Yeah, that's true. But I just wondered if the castles actually had glass on their windows or if that was just a luxury that it was just open air.
I doubt it. I don't think they had glass. They had like glass to drink out of, but I doubt if they had like a glass window. They probably had like big giant shutters that they could close with them crosses on it so they could hang
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they definitely had wooden things, shutters that would close. Yeah, I bet they had those.
Well, if you think about it, all them ginormous doors that had keys, because they had locks in the Roman times, them giant keys would have a massive keyhole for the peeping Tom.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
right?
Yeah. So, peeping Toms were probably more prevalent back then because they had bigger peepholes.
You could almost look with both eyes in them keyholes.
You could, especially if it was one of those that had like the big round cross thing where the cross thing comes out, then your both eyeballs could see through it. Hey, I thought of what I was going to do before. I was going to say, you know how we're going to draw for the winners of the contests and everything?
Yep.
There are already 2 pre-approved people on this list. And then, your job is to tell me to look up and do something eventually a couple times in the show. Because you can't.
All right, go right now.
Doug Lavelle.
Doug Lavelle.
Doug is on the list, baby.
All right. Yeah, I'm on my phone. I can't see the list, so you can't.
Okay, I can see it. I can still see it going through here. So
okay.
All right, Doug. Okay. Let me write this down before I forget it. But we've got other people on here,
and we need to do that 2 more times or once more.
Just one more time. But
all right.
Hey,
randomly I'll yell it.
Yeah. So we got Chris Ingram is already on the list. Tim Wendell. And Tim Wendell has won like a couple of things from us before. I don't know how he magically keeps getting picked, but he did. So anyway, Chris, Tim, and now Doug is all part of this. So let's see here. Would you forget something, Ringy? Scooter better be on that list. No, sorry, Scooter. Rich, I left the room. He goes, I left the room for 1 second. When I came back, we're talking about peepholes.
Yeah, Richie would know all about peepholes.
Yeah. Freeze.
Hey, and another really cool event we're going to be going to is the Cadoa. Do you have that one on there? Or
hey,
no?
yeah, it's on the list. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do I have it on what?
I was just going to talk a little bit about the Kadoa hunt coming up next month.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have a picture to show.
Oh, that's all right.
But
anyway, we'll be in Arkansas at the Kadoa hunt. I believe it's the middle of this month, right?
Yeah, next month. October, mid-October.
October.
It's on the event schedule, diggintv.com. Go look at the event schedule if you want to participate, but this is one of the biggest ever things. It's kind of like the Garrett hunt where it has just prize after prize after prize. Yeah. Unbelievable. Like last time, I think I won. Wasn't that where I won that big musket? Yeah, a Civil War musket.
Won a real Civil War musket, a real one. And then he wouldn't give it to me. And finally, we did a little bartering. And I'll tell you what, I am now the proud owner of that Civil War musket.
I'm happy for you, Cage.
Thanks, Ringy.
You bet. I like seeing you happy. Here's to you, KG, right. For all that you've done over the years. You're an awesome friend.
Oh, God. If I could flash up some of the texts that you've sent me, they wouldn't think so.
If anybody could ever see the text chains we had over the last 20 years, it'd just be brutal. We'd probably be in prison. Okay.
Hey, Tim, I want to say something real quick.
Yes, George?
I want to do a shout out to Carlotta because I see she's been kicking some serious butt with her artwork.
Oh, so she has. Cool. She has. I mean,
obviously,
it's amazing.
Way more talented than you.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a bunch of stuff I want to show from her. She's got a whistlingcatstudio.com as her new website. But I got to talk about this for just a little bit. There's a picture somewhere from Detectival, I think it was, where Chris and Dawn.
Oh, Chris and Dawn.
Yeah, because she did a couple paintings for them. Is this it? No, that's not it. I'll find it here eventually. But kind of
jumped the gun, did I? Did I jump the gun?
Well, yeah, it's all right. It doesn't matter. Don't care what time of day we're doing this. Well, I'll find it in here eventually and show you. But that being said, here, let me pull some of this stuff up. Anyway, Carlotta had her first official, high-end bougie show. She was in an art show that opened, and it was for a month. And it was down in one of these high-end areas south of here. And in Tubac. You've been to Tubac. We filmed a show there once.
Tubac Shakur, I remember.
Exactly. Anyway, she painted these two for Chris and Dawn. That's Digger Dawn's little dog on the right, in case you couldn't tell that wasn't a cow. And then the cow was for Chris. And I gave them to them over there, and they were all happy and everything. But anyway, she does commission pet portraits and stuff now, and whistlingcatstudio.com, that's where she's doing it. But my story is she entered her very first art show, and it's supposed to go on for a month, and she had a painting of an owl she put in there, and on opening night, she sold it. She was the first one to sell a piece of art in that show. So congratulations to her. Anyway, if you go to Whistling Cat Studio, you can see all these different paintings and stuff. And, if you want commissions, you can figure out how to get a hold of her through there. But, thanks, Cage, for that segue. Now, if I could just find the awesome picture of Dawn and Chris holding those paintings, but we'll come to it. Anyway, hey, we got a bunch more stuff in England. I know we were looking at this.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, but I'm gonna keep rolling through these because there were some other cool. Oh, I know. Here's where we got distracted. Right here on the people.
Oh, the keyhole. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we went off the rails, and now we're back. So Stevie found a couple of perfect crotal bells, which are cool at any time. I love
crotal bells are awesome because didn't they hang off of horses and mules? They had like a thing they would stick over their head, and they would ring. They would chime as they were going around, so that people coming around the corner didn't run into each other. Ain't that how they worked? Something like that.
Oh, I thought they were on Santa Claus's reindeer, so that they made noise
that
when they went
later.
to. Okay.
That was later.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
anyway, go ahead.
anyway, so we were talking about Henry killing it. There's one of his hammies. Yeah. And this, if anybody had to find a freaking awesome 1582 coin like this, it would be Mig, because it was his first trip, and how awesome is that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is, like a lot of times, we found some cool stuff, but he was literally almost in tears when he found that. I mean, you could not hide the emotions that guy had when he found that coin. So good job for him.
Yeah. And then some of this stuff is just different people in the field we ran into, we talked to them. I don't know. That might be some of Gary's stuff. I don't know. I can't remember. That is something just amazing.
I think that was Chig's last one.
Oh, was it that last one?
Chig's found a fibula.
Oh, okay. Somebody found a fib. Yeah. And I don't know what this was. Some kind of weird
At first I thought that was like a medieval bracelet, but we're not sure on that. But that's a medieval buckle, I guess.
Yeah. And these are always fun. This is from a bunch of different people, but I love finding old military and livery buttons. I mean, they're so awesome. Highly collectible, Cage. Highly collectible.
Yeah. Deliciously desirable.
Yeah. And this is a hunt we did with a ton of guys. We all threw a bunch of cool stuff up at the end of the day on there, but yeah, there was a bunch of stuff found.
Oh yeah, we found a pile of Roman coins and medieval coins. That day.
Yeah. There's a silver washed Roman.
Yep.
Now here's a fibula, and I don't know who found that, but it's pretty cool. It had some kind of ornate design on it.
Yeah.
I
mean, if anybody's never been to England, I mean, there's people that do tours over there. I know Chicago Ron does tours. There's several people that do tours over there, man. If you can ever get to England and just hunt England, it would be amazing. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. So.
It is. It's definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun, and I mean, it's just a blast. And we show you all these great things we found. We've had, a lot of luck over the years, but obviously we spent a lot of time over there doing it. But just to go and see the sights and everything, it's just cool. That's all there is to it, Cage.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. Simple as that.
Yes. Es ist so einfach.
What was that last word?
Simple.
Einfach?
Einfach means simple. Yes.
Thought it meant something else. What else we got to talk about?
We're still not done with all this stuff. What else? What else are we looking at here? You want to look at any more of that cool stuff? Oh, look at that pile right there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff we're going to talk about. There's a little medieval buckle section. Oh, if you haven't seen the latest quick hitter, this was what the quick hitter was about. Remember that?
Cool.
That it was just a weird thing, and I almost threw it in the garbage, and I just thought, I know it's new, but I got to figure out what it was, and so
soup spoon, right?
It was a giant ladle handle. Yeah, and the ladle part
for
was
World War I or II.
World War II. Yeah,
okay,
World War
cool.
II. But it's just weird.
Go back 2 pictures if you can to those. One thing I wanted to point something out real quick.
That?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that thing with the looks like a shotgun shell with a pin sticking out of it.
Oh yeah, pinfire.
If anybody in the U.S., they have these in the U.S. If you find one of them, don't throw it away. It's a pin-fired shotgun shell from the early 1800s. I mean, them things are really old. I mean, that's like the very first shotgun shells ever made. So pin-fired shotgun shell. I just thought I'd throw that out there. So if you find something like that, don't toss it away.
Yeah, it's always cool to find those. And they don't just make them, or they didn't just make them for shotguns. They made them for other, for bullets as well. So you can find little ones.
Pistol ammos, yeah.
Yeah. And hey, we've got to do Dave Sadler's show one of these days. He's got this awesome magazine over there, and he's always has cool stuff. And I don't know where he went, but I kind of took over his booth for a little bit, much to his dismay. And
is that the big show?
Yeah, it's the Big Detecting Show. Yeah, it's called the Big. It's called the Big Detecting Show.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Here, let me put my ugly mug back up on here for a second. All right. Yeah, the Big Detecting Show. And if you just go to bigdetectingshow.com, that's him on the far edge of the paper over here. Dave's an awesome dude, and we've been promising to do his show forever, and I just wrote him today and said, hey, give me some dates. KG, we're just going to have to buckle down and do it no matter what time of morning it is, because obviously England. And so that it's the, bigdetectingshow.com. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's our map for Detectival.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had some serious land that we were able to.
Was it like 2,000 acres or more?
Yeah, it was just a ton of land. And I mean, people were digging up gold coins and all kinds of cool stuff. So
it was in the high 80s, and they had a tent full of heat stroke victims too. So you guys are out there, drink a lot of water, take it easy. We don't need you dropping dead out in the field.
Exactly. Hey, Cage, remember we were heading out. It was so hot. We were soaked before we even got going. And I said, I bet you $1 million somebody has some kind of issue, And by the time we got back, we weren't even out past noon, I don't even think. We were walking back for lunch, and sure enough, there were people like dragging some guy like some TV cop show or something, dragging him away. Yeah. And it's like, oh, yeah, it was hot.
It was miserably hot, but I would take the rain over that heat any day. I know England gets a lot of rain, and you're slogging through the mud, but it was so dry that you're not getting the appropriate depth out of your machine. And I think I'd take rain over that heat any day because it was miserable.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to reply to Casey. Casey Oberreuter is on there.
Detecting the heartland.
He's talking about Go Cyclones. And I know the Hawkeyes, my beloved Hawkeyes, I mean, they got smoked by Penn State. Craig's team smoked them 31-0 this weekend. And, we all knew it was going to happen. But I got Casey on here going, Go Cyclones, out of nowhere. And the Hawks already beat them again. So Casey.
Sorry, he's in denial.
He is. He's in some kind of weird Iowa denial state.
Denial.
And then we got Adrian's on here. I see you, Adrian. He's a Nebraska fan, so I don't know what to even say about that.
Yeah, we won't even go there.
Yeah, we're not going to dive into that. We had a really horrible weekend for football. The Hawks got smoked, and I had to listen to Craig talk about it. So, he's deathly afraid of mayonnaise and hates it, and it makes him like queasy. So because even before the game started, I knew we were going to get smoked. So just to torture him, I sent him a video of these two guys eating mayonnaise.
I sent you that.
Yeah, you sent it to me, and I sent it to Craig, and I said to him, this is for what's going to happen later. And he goes, I can't repeat exactly what he said, but he said there's not a chance that I'm going to open that video.
Yeah, our old camera guy, Craig from Philly, he had a phobia of mayonnaise. If you took a mayonnaise packet, even if it wasn't opened, and you stuck it somewhere like on a jacket or in a jacket pocket, he would throw the jacket away. That's how obsessed with mayonnaise he was.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like the Jerry Seinfeld episode when he went into the bathroom and his belt accidentally touched the side of the urinal and he just threw the belt away.
Yeah, or his girlfriend's. Remember he knocked his girlfriend's toothbrush into the toilet?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So, we still got more pictures to go through. The Bears. I got Scott saying the Bears are playing solid football this year, Ringy. They're like literally the worst team in the NFL. It's just, I was so excited for football to start. Everybody knows how much I love football season. And I enjoy it. I watch them all the games and stuff. But my teams are so horrible. It's just like, it almost sucks the fun out of it. The funny thing is, we were talking to our old Diggers producer earlier today, and KG and I, I'm a Bears fan, KG's Cowboys, and our producer is a Ravens fan, and they all got beat this weekend. So what can you do?
Well, it kind of makes it nice, though, because then you don't have to listen to one guy brag.
Yeah. Ian Aiken is on here. It says, working hard for that draft spot. My son sent me a text the other day. It said, yeah, it looks like we're going to get the number 1 draft pick again.
Still won't help.
Yeah.
Be better than Rodgers, though, when third play he gets knocked out.
Oh, I know. God. And Miguel is a Jets fan. So it's like, they suffer all this time. They finally get a team together. And, it's all built up. And it's like, oh, yeah. I think I'd rather be a Bears fan than a Jets fan at this point.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna check this list here. We talked about Ken's book. We're giving that away. Lockdown comps. If you're in the UK, go do that. It's awesome. Win some big gold coins or something. And I do want to. Oh, hey, this is weird. Let me show you this. It's not weird. It's just a thing. But Gary just randomly sent me this the other day. Not Gary Smith, but Pentabean. See if I can find
Gary
this.
the miniature man.
Yeah, he does all that miniature artwork and has.
You got a ghost in your house, Tim? The door just opened behind you.
It? Oh, it's probably the cat. Cat probably opened it. Yeah, he comes in. He can hear me in here, so he'll slap the door open. So anyway. Gary sent me this, which is just weird and awesome. Like the old baseball card wax packs. He's got like
oh, yeah.
He made a wax pack of us, and I guess it's got real cards in it and everything, our cards. And it's
that guy,
like
he's got imagination, don't he? Man.
Yeah. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're going to be with Gary at the Cadoa hunt.
Yeah, Gary's going to be there. I'm not sure if you can see this, but hey, come back for a second. Show him who opened the door. Yeah, Grimmy. Oh, nope, God. That's mine, Grimmy. Look at him putting his little feet on me. So weird.
Gonna rub his nard on you if you're not careful.
I don't think he's got any anymore, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna have to worry about that. Oh, here's something I'm gonna tell you. This is just stupid. And then I'm gonna show you some birds because you asked. Oh, look at they love the cat.
Am I even on this anymore? Or
yeah. Here, okay. Let me get you back on the show. I was just trying to show the cat and. Yeah. Oh, God. Let's see.
You totally lost your train of thought.
See, here's what I got to deal with. Now you can see it. All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to get you back on here. We'll throw you in the portal this time.
Yeah.
Put me there. Put you up in the portal. See if that works. That do it? Yeah.
Better, yeah.
All right. So anyway, we got a bunch of workers at our house because we're having a bunch of new pavers put in the back on our patio and stuff, and it's just kind of bouging it up a little bit. So anyway, they've been working out there for months, literally, and they were bringing all the bricks in and stuff this morning, and I kind of forgot they were there. And we have these 2 giant windows in the back that go out over the wherever so we can look at birds and stuff. And our house, basically you can see through it. It's basically like a fishbowl, So we're in there and whatever, and Carla left. She was gone. And I was working on setting up the podcast this afternoon, and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm running in there, and all of a sudden I had to pee, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I run in, and start to do my business. And I realize the door's open and all the workers are out there. And I don't know if anybody saw anything. Not that there's anything to see, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm standing there nude and I had to kick the door
Had
closed.
to have some really good binoculars to see anything.
I knew that I could figure the comments are just going to come in, and I knew that was what you're going to say. But yeah, it's just like, well, yeah, it's like, well, I'm not sure anybody wants to see that anyway. So
you was trolling, were you?
Yeah, I was just out there trolling. Carlotta was gone, and I saw my opportunity. All right. All right. All right, guys. Now, we were in England, and yeah, I saw some English birds. Thank you for asking. So we're going to show you a couple birds. Here's some blackneck stilts. This is in the U.S. These are just a few things I took over the last couple months just for fun, and there's just kind of cool pictures of weird birds. So here you are. Enjoy them. That was a curve-billed thrasher. That's a vermilion flycatcher. Yellow warbler. Look at this weird little dude. A belted kingfisher. And that's Dave and those guys because I hit the wrong button. And then there's a painted bunting coming up.
What is the rarest bird you've ever got a picture of?
I can tell you that. It was in Belize when CB and I were down there. That's a roadrunner, in case you don't know. And here's one of the coolest pictures I've ever taken. Took that about 2 weeks ago. It's a roadrunner. Here's a little rufous hummingbird. And then here's a loggerhead shrike. All right. And then when we were in England, we were at that hotel. Remember they had all those trees and stuff right behind the hotel?
Yep.
I took these pictures. There's a Eurasian black cap, Eurasian blue tit, European robin. Doesn't even look like.
They call them a blue tit, I wonder.
I don't know. They have a great tit over there too. And look at this freaky thing. Dawn chipchase, Digger Dawn is afraid of these. They're called Eurasian jackdaws. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. Look at his weird eyeball. So anyway, that's that. And so you've got your birds. And we should probably maybe start to think about picking a winner or two or three or four. What do you think, Cage?
Yep. I'd fall asleep watching these birds, though.
I had to show them for posterity. There we are. Okay, so you got all your bird fix in. Let's go birds. Yeah. I love it. Thank you, guys. Hey, Mike's on there. I really want to see a jackdaw. Yeah, we see them all the time when we go to England. They're pretty much everywhere. But I was going to say, I probably shouldn't even say this to you, Mike, but you were like one away from being chosen on the Apex drawing thing, sadly. I was rooting for you, but
go ahead, Ringy. Pick one. Go.
Lauren O'Reilly. I think we've picked her before, though. Is that legal? It's Lauren O'Reilly. It's good.
O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Auto parts?
Yeah. Lauren O'Reilly. Hey. Yeah, if you participate, you have more chances to win. So I don't know if her name sounds so familiar that I feel like she's already won, but doesn't matter. If you're there, you're there. All right. Let me write this down. All right, we got all four. Oh, we got about 10 minutes left. Hey, do you guys want to see some more England pictures? Cage, you want to see some more of this?
Would love to.
We're going to have so many more quick hitters and reels and stuff come out of this. I mean, we saw so many cool things. I got to tell you about this. I didn't find as many hammered coins as everybody, but I got lucky again. You guys know my past in England. I just get stupid lucky over there. I found one hammered coin the whole time I was there, and it happened to be a magnificent, beautiful thing from Henry II in like 1165, I think it was. It's called a Tilby penny. And so there it is, my hammered silver. It's over there still getting documented and everything, but I was so happy to find it.
You got the other side, or is it just one side?
I think I got the other side somewhere. Let me see here.
Looks pretty plain to me. I don't.
Well,
think
they're really ugly coins apparently, but for whatever reason, most of them don't even get struck on center or anything. But these guys said, for whatever reason, this was a super good example and it's probably worth $1,000 or something. So,
wow,
I was pretty freaking happy about that.
What is on that? Is that a head or a face?
It's the face of the Henry II. Like, if you look, he's got a collar with little dots on it, and then you can see his little, I don't know if he had a mustache or a beard, and his crown is flat, so it looks like he's got a flat top haircut. Can you see it? You can see his face?
I'm having a hard time seeing it.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll study it later when we're not doing this.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
Maybe I need to drink more beer.
Yeah. It's probably not even what I'm saying. It's probably something else.
Yeah, probably a pickle or something.
Yeah. There's Bill, our buddy, was over there. We have to travel all the way to England just to see him, and he lives right here in the U.S.
In Texas.
Yeah. And there's the triplets. They were all wearing the same shirt. There's Dave, and the Chig was over there. It was nice to have him around. And then
Chig's is easy to get along with, so that's a good guy to have around.
Yeah. And he's also really good at what he does. He's a...
Yeah. Roberto came over all the way from Italy.
Oh, the Italian contingent came over. Yeah, there they are. They were out there digging. They found some cool stuff. Leonardo was over there. Yeah, he's the one that gave me that awesome Cubs hat. Thank you, Leo. I should have gave him a big kiss on the lips or something.
Yeah, Mattia. When we went to Italy this year, we went down in a big giant canyon, and Mattia busted his leg.
Yeah,
broke his leg, and we had to get him up out of the draw. And
right, I had to help him across a rope bridge and stuff. Yeah, he's like made of glass. This guy right here.
Yeah.
All the Italians got hurt on that trip for some reason. I don't know why. But these guys are so awesome. We love them. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. Go watch the quick hitter from Italy this year, and you'll see him breaking his leg. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. That's us.
Yeah, we were just trying to get out of there in a van filled up with people.
Yeah. That's
like
us.
We're in the doctor's office.
I know. I finally figured out where that was. It was at the lounge in the airport.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then I like this picture. There's our buddy Gary. That's the one I was looking for earlier. I couldn't find it. We were talking about lockdown.
It almost
comps.
looks like you're in the poster in the background.
Yeah. I just pasted myself in because I was feeling left out.
Yeah.
And then the Pirates. We already talked about the Pirates. And we had that grill out. Man, that was awesome too. And Steve Moore jumped in and cooked some awesome burgers. Helped out.
Yeah, good old Henry, the international man of mystery.
Yeah, you never know where he's going to show up. We'll be in the airport. You turn your head, he's gone, and all of a sudden he's like already in the plane in first class somewhere.
That was the last night. Wasn't that dinner or something? No, that was the last night. That's before we went to Detectival. Yeah,
we were on the way somewhere, and we had to go get something to eat. We were all exhausted. And then Dawn, and then... I remember you drinking as much coffee as you possibly could.
Normally you go to England and you have little teeny tiny cups, but for some reason they had giant cups at that coffee shop. I loved it.
Yeah, it's two-handled ones. And then Mig found his own beer. Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of videos coming out of this. Here's some of the here's some of the stuff we can show you. There's like 90% of it was like I had to delete. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Somebody got a hold of my phone, and look what happens when that happens. Yeah, and this was out at the cookouts. You know, at night we'd come back and everybody'd, sit down, have a drink and a good, delicious burger. Yeah, that was definitely a blast.
Yeah. Them cabins didn't have power at all. They had little lights in them, but they didn't have no power.
None?
None.
I didn't
Zero.
realize that.
Zip. No power.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
You better do this winter thing. It's getting about that time.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we're about done with the show. Is there anything anybody really needs us to talk about? If you got any questions, let me know real quick right now. I'll be looking at the screen here for a couple of minutes, but we're going to do the pick here, and we'll just see who wins the Apex. Somebody's going to be very happy.
I'd be happy to win it.
Cubs lead 6-3 in the top of the 7th. Awesome. Yeah. All right, let me get this screen put back together. This is we need to have something happen where we can afford to hire somebody to do this for me, because I'm like not good at it. There we go. There. All right, Cage.
I'm not good at it.
All right, here's the magical coins. Let's just pick them right now. What do you think?
Do it.
All right. What are we picking for first? Are we going to do the Apex right away? Or do you want to do it backwards?
Go backwards.
All right. So this is for a set of cleaning pencils. Cleaning pencils, metal detecting cards, all kinds of cool stuff, including the high numbers with Mark Hoover and Gary Penna included. Oh, yeah, highly collectible there too. So we'll have a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even want to hear what you're going to say. I know what it's going to be.
Not saying nothing.
All right. So cleaning pencil set and some other cool stuff. It is number 2, which is Tim Wendell. All right. Write this down.
Yep. Just message the ringmaster or myself, and we'll get your addresses and get it out.
Correct. That's what we'll do. All right. Here we go. This is also for another set of cleaning pencils and stuff. All right. Ready? Oh, it's a number 3. So that would be Doug. Doug Lovell. You will get your package of cool stuff. Now for the book. We're going to give another copy of this away next time too.
I want that book now. You better be happy.
I'll bring you one.
Bring my book when we get to Arkansas.
Yeah, I'll bring it to Arkansas. All right. Beneath our feet. Here we go. All right, we got 2 left. It's Lauren O'Reilly and Chris Ingram. So this is for the book, and the other one gets the Apex. Lauren O'Reilly wins the book, and Chris Ingram, you are the lucky winner of the Apex metal detector. And like KG says, send us all your shipping address information, and then we'll get it out to you. But send it through PM, private message. Don't post it, or people might send you
guys.
Stuff.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You trying to play some nice music or some horns or something?
No, I just played some applause, I have access to all kinds of stuff like this. I can do whatever I want.
Yep, that's cool. It's always funny because like when we go to events and stuff, and people spend money and they want to win something, and then somebody else wins and they congratulate them like, all right, good job, I'm happy for you. Inside most people are not happy.
Well,
They're like, I genuinely am happy, but I really would have liked to win that.
yeah. There's a minor portion of jealousy worked in there, and it's a different level depending on each different human being. But
I guess it depends on who wins. If
Yeah.
it's somebody that's, kind of, not really liked,
like
but
you,
kind of liked,
yeah,
like me.
yeah. Then a lot of people are probably like, I don't like him winning
dirty
stuff
rat.
because he's got enough stuff, and it should go to someone more deserving. Yeah, that's like more of a good Samaritan, does stuff for society. Yeah.
No. No, well, that's pretty freaking awesome. It turned out good. It went by fast. Holy
Yeah, it
moly.
did. It went by super fast, guys. Hey, thank you all for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to do this. Like, I can't in real time see everything that goes on there, and I know KG can't because he's too lazy to set it up properly. But that being said, I do go back and I do look through stuff at the end of it. I might not see all of them, but I'll go back and I have to figure out where the winners are and everything, and I'll look at all the comments and stuff, and it's definitely worthwhile. And I end up answering a bunch of them anyway. So if you got questions,
I'd probably care more if Captain Kirk didn't make me lag in the whole time I'm on.
yeah, you know
But
what?
I do go back and read. I do go back and I rewatch it and I answer people's questions too. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good, Cage. I'm glad. And you know what? The crazy thing is we've got all this technology, and you would think I'd be able to how to figure out how to not make you lag. But like we'll do the podcast, and then I get busy doing other stuff like going to Arkansas and the Netherlands, and then I just kind of forget about it. And then it's like, oh, we got to do a podcast. And then I got a week to get ready. And it's like the technology part I kind of forget about. So
we're going to have to get a hold of the Detective America guys and have them tell us how to do this right.
We need to get a hold of somebody that actually can just, it's like one simple thing, because if I'm streaming perfectly fine, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to beam you in, Scotty,
Right.
Yeah, see, and then we wouldn't have that going on.
Yeah.
Hey, now I was going to say something else, and I totally lost it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm sorry we lie anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. I was mentioning we're going to Kadoha next, like you were saying. But after that, we're going to the Netherlands, and it's going to be a big, awesome event with the International Detector Center and the Koistra detectors. So if you have any interest in heading to the Netherlands, that's the time to do it because it's going to be a blast. Last time we did an event with them, it was huge. It was awesome. And we had a lot of laughs. So, yeah.
They called Detector World again last year.
No. This time it's called the Garrett Contest in the Netherlands. Nice. Yeah, it's the Garrett. Garrett is sponsoring this one. So, there's going to be other companies there and stuff, but this is Garrett is headlining this. Obviously, you and I are going to be there because we're huge stars in the world of, in the world, period.
Yeah, in our own minds.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go to bed tonight and think, man, I did a great job on that podcast. I bet everybody loves me.
Yeah, we probably lost like 200 followers today.
Yeah, right now people are pushing buttons like logging out. Yeah. All right.
Supporting us.
So anyway, I think we've covered everything, Cage. Let me do a real quick check, of my meticulous list. All you winners, be sure to get a hold of us. I think we've covered everything. Thank you to all the guys in England, Dave and everybody that gave us prizes to hand out. And Ken, your book is awesome. It's really cool. Go on Amazon, buy it, enjoy it. It's fun. And we'll see you next time. We're going to give away another detector next time. This time it might not be an Apex. It might be an A-Team Max or something. So we're working on that for the end of it.
And I think Jerry Ash from Bachelor Springs is going to donate another pinpointer next time too. So we should have We should have a metal detector and a pinpointer and some other goodies.
That is awesome. All right. Well, thanks to Garrett Metal Detectors and everybody else out there. And thank you guys for tuning in. KG, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Good work tonight, too.
Yeah, you too, KG. You did an excellent job. I'm going to write a letter to HR and suggest that you get a bonus. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sounds good. All right, here we go.
Bye.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching the Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show, brought to you by Garrett Metal Detectors and ATC's NX5 Diggin tools. Check the ATC event calendar at anacondatreasure.com for showtimes, and tune in again for another extraordinary program packed with brilliance, insight, and fascinating guests.
I see
Wait a
Shannon.
minute, am I still talking about this show? Anyway, may silver and gold
Brian
find its way
Stewart.
into your pans and under your coils this week. Nectar in the pot for everybody. KG and Ringy out.